why is this not national news? Why is this not on every news channel in America? So 300 piles of human remains was found in the Las Vegas desert. Not 300 bodies, 300 piles of human remains.
So have you heard what they just found in Las Vegas, Nevada? They just found over 300 piles of human remains out in the desert. Now this reminds me of that TV series. It could be either Breaking Bad or it could be the Ed Gein monster series. I mean, there are some sick people in the world.
So piles of cremated remains found in the desert. Now our 8 News Now investigators are learning more about the investigation well underway to find out who did it as another funeral home steps up to give all those people a proper resting place. Our investigators breaking the news about that disturbing discovery in Searchlight about an hour south of the valley. That story made international headlines, and today only 8 News Now investigator David Charms back in Searchlight as another funeral home took care of each and every one.
But how do basically over 300 people wind up missing? And they find piles of them in the desert. Supposedly now the funeral homes are out there recovering the remains, probably trying to figure out this giant mess of who all these people are. But by God, I hope it's not some kind of a wacko serial killer running loose. I'm assuming it's probably like a funeral home that was negligent, and rather than, preparing the bodies for funerals and burying them like they're supposed to, they probably dumped them in the desert. But if you haven't seen it, check this one out. It'll make your stomach turn.
I tried to tell you that in many of these old pictures, the sky has been completely whitewashed, so you would never know what is going on, and you didn't believe me. But when I say I got your ass, oh, I've got your ass. So, did you know that in the 1800s, right up into the 20th century, our skies was completely littered with airships? Oh, you son of a bitch. But what they don't want you to know is that these was not no normal airships. They was powered by natural free atmospheric energy. Oh my days. These tall buildings used to work as a charging port for these airships. These buildings wasn't just for show. They was docking stations that picked up passengers and took them all around the world. You have to understand, this is not their technology. This is Tartarian tech. It wasn't just buildings that could charge up these airships. They could also charge them at sea. Even the US Navy got involved with this Tartarian tech. So the mainstream narrative says the first successful airship was constructed by Henry Garfield of France in 1852. But we know, anytime they mention the 1800s, they're lying, because that's when they did the last reset. And they claim that in 1937 there was a disaster in Hindenburg, New Jersey, and because of that, they never used the airships again. And if that's what really happened, why remove it from history? Why don't you teach it to the kids in school? And why would you whitewash the sky?
Well, the more I look into this devastating hurricane that's happening in Jamaica right now, the more I start to raise some questions. Did you know that Jamaica is on the 2030 Smart City agenda? Who else is on that agenda? LA, before their forest fire, directed energy weapons. Sorry. Maui was also on that list before their forest fires that demolish everything in sight and don't burn the trees somehow. Then we have this natural disaster in Jamaica, because you can't really build smart cities on top of current foundation now, could you? This is the biggest hurricane that's ever hit Jamaica, by the way. This place is very close to my heart. You think that this is just natural, God's plan? Then your head's in the sand and has been for a long time. It's also super interesting, the Maui wildfires that happened. This red line here is where all the devastation was, and it's the exact same transit that their proposed railway was for their smart city. What a shocking coincidence. Now look, guys, this is engineered 100%. Don't care what you think, it is. The thing that they don't want us to know is that we as a collective can cancel all of this shit out. We can abolish the parasites that are doing these things. They fear the day that we come together and we start working in unity. We start manifesting as a collective. If everyone in the world would sit together right now in silence and start putting our good thoughts into creating a new world for ourselves, then it would absolutely happen. The parasites cannot manifest. That's why they put all these ideas into the collective consciousness, because we hold the matrix up like glue. Now I'm praying for Jamaica. I'm sending my good energy and all of my beautiful thoughts that way. And everyone watching this should too. If you don't know what HARP is, look up HARP. If you don't know what geoengineering is, look up geoengineering. These are man-made events, all with a plan to further their agenda. Now let's keep our thoughts and prayers with Jamaica, and let's manifest a better future. Peace and love.
I told y'all the frequency of the planet is substantially increasing. Expect to see a lot more sightings of these so-called mythical creatures. This was another video capture of a very ancient looking Iberian lynx. I personally feel like the dragon ley lines are being activated, which is triggering ancient energetic codes on the planet. There was also sightings of this mythical creature called the griffin that was spotted. I personally feel like the consistent Schumann resonance spikes is a sign that new Earth is being formed right before our eyes. Ancient primordial dragon ley lines are being activated, which is restoring the magic back to the realm. This is why it's very important that as the planet terraforms, that we terraform with it, that we're cleansing our body, that we're detoxing, that we're decalcifying and activating our pineal gland in order to ensure that we can handle these energy fluctuations. I have a very powerful zeolite available on Holistic Remedies called Detox 19 that's actually great for pulling the toxic metals out of you that's emitted from the chemtrails. All of the aluminum, the lead, the cadmium, the mercury, as well as the thallium, all right, which is known to cause hair loss. And it's also known for its ability to detoxify and decalcify the pineal gland. These are the things we need to do to properly handle the energy while these Schumann resonance spikes are accumulating. Herbs like Hirataki are great for activating the third eye chakra, all right? They're phenomenal for allowing you the ability to remember your dreams and experience things like remote viewing as well as astral projection. In fact, Hirataki and Blue Lotus are actually the first two herbs that set me on a course to things like astral projection and being able to see people's auras. I'm gonna be honest, as we begin to enter New Earth, you're gonna realize that you could be in the same room with someone and still be in different dimensions, all right? Due to some individuals having more calcium deposits on their pineal gland than others, all right? Literally, you can be looking at a ship or a spacecraft, and because they're fourth dimensional vehicles, someone that's sitting right next to you may not see the same ship or craft that you see. I do have the third eye Hirataki available on Holistic Remedies, link in bio. Monatomic gold, also known as mana, all right? In ancient times, they referred to it as mana. It's also great for decalcification and activation of the pineal gland. It's also great for restabilization of the deoxynucleic acid or DNA. It's known as an orbitally rearranging monatomic element, all right? And it's great for reversing the process of senescence, which is aging on a cellular level. It's known for cellular recalibration, aka mitochondrial biogenesis. Ormus, being an orbitally rearranging monatomic element, actually strengthens the mitochondria, which is the battery of the cell. You do have the Ormus 24 karat gold edible powder available on Holistic Remedies, link in bio. Never forget that the main attack is on our DNA. And this is why not too long ago they had mandated inoculations, all right, and which we know contain graphene oxide, which is synthetic nanotechnology that's designed to rewrite or override your genetic template. All right, this is primarily because we have access to epigenetic storage, ancient extraterrestrial epigenetic storage, which is our gateway or bridge to these higher dimensional realms, all right, that we all are accessing as we head into New Earth. For all high quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to Ascension.
Okay, remember how it's illegal to keep crows as pets? Well, this Russian man, maybe in Russia they do things different. Check out what this guy has going with this freaking crow.
Ходим, собираем грибы. Нашли уже чуть-чуть.
Mushrooms.
Вот Гоша сейчас опять в поиске. Знаете, головой вертит туда-сюда и смотрит. Где же грибочки? Ага, попить.
They got good vision, man. Holy cripers. Beautiful creature,
Пей,
man.
пей.
And you know, it looks black, but they actually are blue feathered. If you get the right lighting on them, they're actually blue.
Всё. Как
Serious.
будто бы начал метаться из стороны в сторону. Может быть, что-то и заметил. Сейчас ближе подойдем. Может взять гриб. Но я его пока не вижу. Может быть, он заметил.
Oh,
Так. А, вот.
where's the mushroom? How'd he spot that?
Дашь? Дай. Дай грибок. Ой, ты дал! Молодец!
Good boy, man.
Да. Я думал, ты сам съешь. Ну ладно. На, ножку забрать.
Oh, he's eating it.
Умничка. Все. Иди прячь.
Wow. So the trick is, if you have a bill, you can put money in your hand and have seeds in your hand. You teach a bunch of crows to bite the money first, and then you open your hand and give them seeds. You're training them to bring you money. You can do this, but you're not supposed to keep them as pets. But it's not like dolphins, where you're literally not even allowed to interact with them outside of an approved, you know, like SeaWorld. At least crows, you can, you know, befriend them, but you cannot keep them as pets. Which is shocking, because you could literally keep a bunch of weird stuff as a pet, but not a crow. Why? I love crows, man. Plus, crows can remember your face and can tell their friends, their peers, their children, their little hatchlings, they can tell them what you look like. They can transfer knowledge and information. I don't know, through their brainwaves, or I'm sure it's not from cawing. Like, caw, like you can't really, that doesn't really tell you anything. It's got to be psychic. So I'll be the first to say it. Crows are psychic. They're high vibrational beings. They're very smart. Do not mess with a crow. Be nice to them. They'll remember you forever. And they might bring you a friggin' diamond ring they find on the ground or something. I mean, there's stories you wouldn't even believe. So, love animals, love creatures, and absolutely incredible video out of, what is this? Vladivostok, Russia. Come on. Comment for more animal information and follow for part 2, or comment or follow vice versa. Come on.
Oh, hell no. So you telling me Egypt was in America? You're telling me that the promised land wasn't in Egypt? No, hold up. And that this map from 500 years ago got this in it? How long y'all been playing? No. Y'all got me fucked up right now. The Nile fucking river? We know it was here, not some ancient spot in Africa, but ancient in America. You motherfuckers. This is so-called the Nile River from space, bro. Yeah. They are playing right now. Cause I don't see this drying up no time soon. You feel me? Oh, hell. So you're saying that they the Grand What's going on right here, bro? Like, come on, bro. Make it make sense.
So while most of us were distracted with elections and the government shutdown, there is a major update to 3i Atlas. And what do I mean by that? NASA will be releasing images and data on 3i Atlas. In my last video, where I updated you on 3i Atlas, I told you that Representative Anna Paulina Luna sent a letter to acting NASA Director Sean Duffy. And in that letter, she wanted Sean Duffy to get with NASA and release the images that they have and all information regarding 3i Atlas. And NASA responded to Representative Luna. In a statement she released on X, Anna Paulina Luna goes on to state, just had a good conversation with NASA regarding 3i Atlas. As soon as the government reopens, they'll be releasing images, data. Unfortunately, due to bureaucracy reasons, they cannot until then. So does this confirm that NASA acknowledges 3i Atlas and the strange activity of 3i Atlas? So I guess my question to you is, do you believe that NASA will release all the information they have on 3i Atlas, including images of 3i Atlas? Or is this just another stall tactic? And do you think they're actually hiding something? Do you still think we have something to be concerned about? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Tell me a time you ever saw Brooklyn flooded like this after a rainstorm. I am born and raised in Brooklyn. I have never saw Brooklyn look like this after a rainstorm. So you're telling me the rain came off the coast and did this to Brooklyn? Or are you telling me that our drainage system is just that bad that Brooklyn is flooded like this? I've been through Hurricane Sandy. We had some crazy storms in the 90s. We had some crazy storms in the 80s, and I ain't never seen Brooklyn look like this. We see what Hurricane Melissa did to Jamaica. But then if you go down that rabbit hole and you look up Vision 2030 Jamaica, you tell me what that means. So now you gotta ask yourself, what's going on in Brooklyn? Because I've never saw rain do that to Brooklyn, let alone a spot in Brooklyn that's not by water. And this is for entertainment purposes only. But this leads me back to Texas. Earlier this year, floods, rain, unexplainable rain, no warning, no nothing. So you're telling me that these people didn't know that Brooklyn was going to get this type of weather? And then I have to ask myself, what do they want with Brooklyn? What do they want with Brooklyn? I'm going to just say this. I've never seen Brooklyn look like that ever in my whole entire existence. Pay attention.
Hey, yo, did y'all see this? It states Doritos owner PepsiCo just announced it is removing all petroleum-based synthetic dyes linked to cancer and many other health complications from their chips. My question is, why the hell was there cancer-causing ingredients in their chips in the first place? Second question is, why aren't the owners of Doritos being imprisoned for crimes against humanity, for feeding so many people poison unwillingly? This is how you know cancer is a business, all right? I keep saying cancer is a business. It's not a disease or an ailment, because all of these big billion-dollar corporations or trillion-dollar corporations, pardon me, can sell us all of these carcinogens without no ramifications, without being punished at all for it. This is because the Food and Drug Administration and Big Pharma don't care about our health. They only care about our wealth. These draconian corporations work together as a cohesive unit to keep us as sick as possible, because they know exactly who we are and what we will become if they leave us alone. If they let the sun continue to soak into our melanin, all right, and convert it from a semiconductor to a superconductor. They know that we're going to be too much for them to contain. It's important to know that pretty much 99.9% of these processed packaged bioengineered foods actually contain emulsifiers that are carcinogens. What they don't tell you is one of the main reasons why it's difficult to give up eating this type of food is because it's also manufactured with parasitic organisms. I'm talking about pinworm eggs, hookworm eggs, tapeworm eggs that then enlarge in the colon, all right, and actually become larvae. Then the larva sends neurological signals to your neural faculties telling you to crave more of this same food, all right, that's filled with sugar and deceptive chemicals and carcinogens. This is why it's also important that we do a heavy metal detox and parasite cleanse, all right? Not only do the processed packaged foods tend to have manufactured parasites, but they also contain heavy metals like cadmium, lead, mercury, and aluminum. Sweet wormwood, black walnut, and whole cloves are the best 3 ingredients that not only kill parasites, but to also eradicate their eggs. After a parasite cleanse, you're also going to notice that you have a lot less cravings for the low-frequency deceptive food. Always remember that the low-frequency food, the junk food, is one of the biggest ways that they keep you from accessing your junk DNA.
Guys, what is this? What the fuck is that? Oh my god. It's time for me to get the fuck out of here. Are the aliens showing up? It's not even cloudy, you guys. What is that? Something just told me to look to the...
This fisherman captures something on video that these two ladies know exactly what I'm about to say. This should not have been captured on video. They do not want the public knowing about this. It's supposed to be kept hush-hush, because if everyone knew what actually was going on and the extent of it, there'd probably be a revolution before tomorrow Friday morning. Check this out.
It actually spit up a crayfish. So that's a nice one.
Nice. Fish on. What's that sound?
It actually spit up a crayfish while it was eating. Look at that video. It's gonna spray. Look at that. Spray into the water.
That's not vitamins, man. They're not spraying vitamins.
That's straight for the fish.
And all life. Now, guaranteed they're spraying something called diquat, which is 200 times as toxic as glyphosate. This is a video of them spraying. I say them, who's them? Well, Bayer makes it. So, chemical company makes this toxic thing that's banned all over the freaking world. And then municipalities and townships get like grants or whatever to spray. And what it is an aquatic herbicide, and it's said to be sprayed to keep down some invasive plant. Except if you have to destroy the body of water and literally unalive every single creature in it to stop this thing from proliferating, you may as well let the thing proliferate. There's got to be an organic way to do this. And I know it's a shocking thought. Maybe we shouldn't be spraying toxic chemicals into our water. I thought water was life. I thought we're supposed to be stewards of the land and make it better for our future children. But seemingly, that's not happening now. If you think it might be important to start detoxing some of these crazy chemicals that are in our bloodstreams, 90% of us have glyphosate and atrazine in our blood right now, which is shocking. Chalk is giving away free superfoods to help you detox, to rejuvenate your system and boost your pineal gland function and fertility. This is the Chadmo that has organic blue spirulina. It binds to pesticides, heavy metals, phthalates, BPA, microplastics even, and excretes it out of the body. If you combine that with the hot water purified shilajit or the chalk lit powder, you're getting some of the most potent superfoods in the natural world. Comment free below and check your DMs for details.
This is how they turned old slavery into new slavery.
Y'all better stay off them damn planes. Talking about you going away for the holiday. You do know the government has been shut down for 37 days. And these people that work in those airports are not getting paid. Let me say that to you again. The people that work in the airports, government workers, are not getting paid. So how motivated do you think they are about getting you to your destination safely if they're not bringing in any money? From the end of last year to this point right now, how many plane accidents have you seen? And then when you answer that, I need you to answer this. How would you feel if you had to go to a job and you're not getting paid for your job? And truth of the matter, they are about to start closing airports anyway. So that holiday trip that you thought you was going to take, you're not going to be able to take. And if you do plan on traveling, you should be careful which airport you go to. Go to the National Airspace System Status website, and you see what airports you need to be flying from, and you see what airports you don't need to be flying from. You seen how they had all those delays in Houston? You seen how JFK Airport was looking? And then Newark, and then LaGuardia, and then Dallas, Orlando, Chicago, Denver, all having problems. And that's just a few places that you can look up and see that it's a problem with flying from. Those are major places. Sit your ass down.
I posted a video saying they used to eat us. Then y'all said used to. Then I posted another video saying used to. And then y'all said in the comments like, well, it's in the fast food. Fast forward to yesterday, I'm scrolling. They're like, remember that model who ran out of that hotel one time and she was screaming, they're eating the children? Then I'm scrolling through a couple of the comments and they're like, yeah, we're all in the fast food. Melanin literally holds the keys to the universe and galaxies, and that's why people eat it and consume it. Then also y'all were like, why do y'all think there's so many black missing kids and children that no one are looking for? Then also y'all were like, one girl commented and said after her mother died, the hospital reached out, or somebody reached out to her about her mother's corneas. So they're harvesting us like cattle, putting us into fast food, grinding it, but they're eating us. Everywhere they're eating us. In the grocery store, in the fast food, at the restaurants, at Roof Chris, at the steakhouses, they're eating us. They're eating us and our kids. I posted a video.
I need y'all to help me understand what's going on here, because why all of a sudden, after all of these Christmases, you've got CVS, Walgreens, and Burlington all displaying Black Santa Claus front and center? I ain't mad or nothing, but let's ask the real question. Why now? because we've been invisible in these wonderlands. But now when the economy is shaky and you guys understand how powerful the black dollar really is, you're pulling stunts like this?
So I'm in CVS and this is what I see. Okay, cool. Black sound. But also what I look up and see is
Is this a sign of representation, or are y'all really trying to buy us back this Christmas? I'm confused here, you know?
You wonder, what was this 20, 30 years ago when you needed a black Santa? But better yet, who are these people? And it's kind of making me wonder.
In Burlington, they made sure to erect this giant black Santa Claus. Look at them, y'all. I didn't even know that y'all made these. I can't believe it. I've never seen these in my life.
Bro, get on my nerves so bad. Because now y'all want to have all the black ornaments and stuff. And I know before y'all say we ain't never satisfied when it wasn't any. Now we got them. Be quiet. Yeah, but this ain't what that is. Because we shouldn't have never had to advocate to have brown ornaments and stuff anyway.
They got the ornaments too, y'all. I can't believe it. People are finally waking up because we're waking up. We're realizing who we really are. I told y'all, everything coming back to us, y'all. But stay strong, my people. Holidays canceled. Let's continue to get this shift, y'all. Peace in.
I'm going to show you guys in this video how a reptilian race of beings is controlling our government and everything that they do. You need to pay attention to this and watch to the end. This is how they tell you the truth in plain sight. What you're about to see next is a Super Bowl commercial a few years ago. Pay attention.
Hello, Earth. I'm Alec Baldwin, TV star. You know, they say TV will rot your brain. That's absurd. TV only softens the brain like a ripe banana to take it all the way. We've created Hulu. Hulu beams TV directly to your portable computing devices, giving you more of the cerebral gelatinizing shows you want anytime, anywhere, for free. I only act out because I want you alone. Mushy mush. And the best part is there's nothing you can do to stop it. I mean, what are you going to do, turn off your TV and your computer? Once your brains are reduced to a cottage cheese like mush, we'll scoop them out with a melon ball and gobble them right on up. Oops. I think I'm drooling a little. Because we're aliens. And that's how we roll. Hulu, plot to destroy the world.
Let me ask you guys, what kind of message is this sending to you? Think that they just do this for the hell of it? Because we're aliens and that's how we roll. An evil plot to destroy the world. You ever notice if you fold up the dollar bill in a certain way, this is what it makes? You think that's just a coincidence, guys? You think all this is a coincidence? I want you to watch this carefully. See, as a part of their religion, their satanic order, as they're trying to control the world, they need to disclose the truth in plain sight. They need to tell you literally who they are and what they are doing. This is why there's so much predictive programming. This is why everyone's like, oh, The Simpsons predicts everything. It's not a prediction. It's just an agenda. They're just telling you what they're going to do in plain sight. This is a perfect example of this as well. The truth about reptilians. They walk among us. This is on Amazon. And again, they're just telling you who they are and what they do. This is so obvious at this point, guys. This is why the world is in so much chaos, because it's quite literally a shape-shifting reptilian race that controls all of our governments, all of our media, and everything in between. And the truth will truly set you free.
See, this is the shit that makes me question everything right here. A whole truck filled with monkeys overturned in Mississippi today. And these wasn't no regular monkeys. These monkeys have hepatitis C, COVID, Herpes. You heard what I just said, right? The lab monkeys, the one they use for testing. And apparently this truck is casually driving around with them like it's normal. First of all, why do monkeys even got herpes? Like, what experiments they running in that lab? You mean to tell me there's a truck out here moving a whole zoo of biohazards down the highway with no protection, no containment, no nothing? The truck crashed, monkeys escaped, and officials are telling people, hey, don't go near the monkeys if you see them. And if you see monkeys, call the authorities. Call the authorities. These monkeys got herpes and COVID. Y'all better call God. And this is exactly how new viruses start. They'll be like, mysterious new outbreak, origin unknown. Meanwhile, y'all had a truck full of infected monkeys riding down a highway with no seatbelts on. Crazy thing is, it's always hush-hush until something happens. Something crashes, something leaks, something escapes. Now y'all want to quarantine a whole area. What's even crazier is this ain't even the first time. They've been moving lab animals for years. We just don't find out about them until one flips over on a highway in Mississippi. So if you wake up next month and hear new virus detected in the South, don't be surprised. We already know where it came from. The damn monkeys in a damn truck. I'm out.
In my opinion, the shutdown is not about politics. It's about a social experiment in dependency. It's also about control and frequency management. Not just about failed budget talks. It's actually a message in motion. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers go without pay. Nutrition services frozen, services slowed down. What gets exposed? The system's fragility. Illusion that your livelihood is separate from those that you trust. Create the imbalance and then they sell the fix. Half benefits instead of giving people their full benefit. If you can give half, you can give all. That's disguised as we doing you a favor. People in this country need to realize you should never be grateful for something that was yours all along. You can give someone half of what they had and they say thank you. They've reset the reference point. Frequency to move from this is what I deserve to I'm just grateful they gave me this. That's exactly how systems create dependency. Your standard drops, gratitude becomes a tool. You stick, you comply, and then you settle. Meanwhile, the real power is shifting. So far, this is the longest standing shutdown in history. Symbolically, this will last long enough to test how many people gonna say I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you for the half. Even though you could have gave us the full amount, we thank you for the half. Practically, we already in record territory for duration. This will last until the leverage is exhausted, till the damage becomes too public for the story to hold. The longer it drags, the more it reveals who's waking up and who's still snoozing. Sovereign move is to recognize this shutdown as more than an inconvenience. Start seeing it for what it really is, which is a frequency shift. You gotta ask yourself, if the system offered me less, what does that do to my vibration? If I'm thankful for crumbs, what does that say about my self-worth? If I rely on the fix and not the source, what does that say about who's running my life? Govern to control, meant, your mental. Greatest lesson of this shutdown won't be money lost, won't be services delayed. It'll be whether you still felt worthy when they offered you half. You're playing with people. Don't have enough money to feed the American citizens that pay taxes, but they have money to feed those in other countries. Freedom ain't waiting for no full pay. It's waiting for integrity. Once again, government workers working but not getting paid. And they say slavery was abolished? Interesting. Again, I told y'all the energy that we in, which is the Ouroboros, the serpent, or even what people like to call the snake eating its own tail. The system is on its last leg. The 9 year is coming to a close. If this shutdown don't teach you nothing else, let it teach you to be dependent on no one or nothing outside of you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Y'all, are we under attack right this minute? A hazardous chemical explosion in Mississippi, while at the same exact time, in no other place but Bronx, New York, completely unrelated. You remember what I was telling you guys yesterday? This right here was the chemical explosion in Mississippi, and there's a whole lot more I'm about to show you in 1 second. Come to think of it, there's also been a whole bunch of train derailments the last few days, as well as chemical disasters. You do remember yesterday, don't you? We had the alleged terror warning, then we had a bomb threat warning, then we had the plane blow up yesterday, and then after the plane blew up at Muhammad Ali Airport, we had Another alleged terror threat warning for New York City last night. Then today, a car just blows up randomly, completely unrelated in the Bronx. And it gets even crazier because with the weather, we had that typhoon that just hit the Philippines and 92 people so far have passed away. At the same time, these geomagnetic storms are coming in really hot these next 2 days. Frequency, how are you feeling the last week? I know me and mine have had insane brain fog, zoned out, and can't sleep for days a week. And besides, it's not just flooding the Philippines, it's flooding everywhere, all the time. Gizmo, do you want to say hi? His wife passed away 2 days ago. Are we under attack?
Yo, did y'all see this? This is the real Godzilla, all right? All right, I told you that the Titans are real, all right? Titans like Godzilla, King Kong, all of these entities are real. When they show you these movies and they show them going to the center of the earth, these beings actually exist in central portions of the earth, all right? When the Anunnaki invaded the planet, a lot of the Titans were froze. They have technology that can actually turn you, just like Lot's wife got turned into a pillar of salt. They have technology to have the ability of petrifying these massive giants. All right, but as the ley lines begin to activate, in the magic return back to planet Tiamat, soon you're going to see that mountain you thought was just a stationary, inanimate object get up and walk off. All right, we're going to see large land masses get up and walk away. Now, scientists will tell you that this is a condition called pareidolia and that your eyes are playing tricks on you, all right? When you see certain faces in mountains and caves and all of that, that's what they call it, all right? But we know that this planet was a magical realm, all right? And we see the giants are still sleeping. They're in stasis, all right? And some of these giants weren't all nefarious. They demonized the giants all to be Nephilim, but we also had jolly giants on our planet as well, all right? And a lot of us were larger before we fell in consciousness. We were a lot larger than we currently are. This is another giant that was spotted in Knott's, Anaheim. Okay, as the frequency consistently accumulate and more is going to get exposed. All right, all of the climatic alterations are some of these giants activated. Some of these large land masses are these giants or dragons or titans starting to wake up. All right, this is why you're going to see certain places having hurricanes and tornadoes and tsunamis. A lot of this is these dragons actually starting to get blood circulating through their veins again. They're starting to actually regain consciousness and they're starting to move again. These are the petrified titans of Atlantis and Mu. A lot of us in past lives walked amongst these beings, all right? And some of us actually were these beings in other lifetimes, okay? And alternate states of consciousness, oftentimes when I astral project or when I lucid dream, I go to whole worlds where there are massive giants walking around. Most of my Blue Lotus experiences, I often come face to face with dragons. Blue Lotus is a smokable herb that also can be brewed into teas and is great for things like lucid dreaming, astral projection, as well as remote viewing. All right, it's a phenomenal substitute for cannabis. Oftentimes when you overuse cannabis, it tends to hinder your REM sleep, all right, which is rapid eye movement. And this is needed to ascertain a theta frequency. Customers that tried the Blue Lotus that I have available on Holistic Remedies have reported a huge increase in dream recall and outer body experiences. This is how some of the worlds look that I visit in these transcendental states of consciousness. And oftentimes I'm cool with the giants. We're cool. We're getting along fine. And ancient Tataria, we actually coexisted with giants. All right. I'm seeing UFOs, ships, multiple moons. All of these things exist once you have access to the Akashic records. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to Ascension.
They be playing in our faces. To the person watching this right now, go look up drinkable melanin. Drinkable melanin. And then ask yourself, where you think they got that from? Look at the smiles on their faces while they taking it and everything. Just soak it all in. And ask yourself, where you think they got that from, and how do you feel about it?
What in the actuality is going on here? They're really selling melanin drops, y'all. And it's watermelon flavor. Are you kidding me?
Drink your tan. I think what we all want is a better tan with less sun exposure. I found these tanning drops from Zaria. You literally just put it in your water and you drink it every day. It helps to increase the melanin production in your skin because it has beta carotene in it. So you're gonna tan faster and it'll stay around longer and you won't have to have as much sun exposure, which is damaging to your skin. It literally tastes like watermelon. It's supposed to take about 5 to 7 days to see results, but you do get better results if you have some sun exposure. I'm totally down to drink my tan if that means that I have less sun exposure, less skin damage, less wrinkles.
Yo, if y'all do not have the Sierra tanning drops, you're missing out, okay? Like seriously, this has given me a great glow, and I've only been in the sun one time, okay? All it's doing is increasing the melanin in your body, which is the pigment that produces your tan. So it's just helping those cells out, because the older we get, we tan less, or it's harder to tan. So scoop these up. I just take them, you can put them in water, but I just take them just like this, because I drink a lot of water. Do it morning and evening. Alright.
I have to go do yard work today, so I'm going to be out in the sun. But before I do that, I want to get my melanin boosted. And to do that, I use my Zeria Sunless Tanning Drops. They are drinkable. They're in the flavor watermelon. You get 60 mLs in one bottle. All the ingredients are natural, and these are vegan. The main ingredient in here, DHA, it is FDA approved. It is used in a lot of sunless tanning products. With consistent daily use, people can see results in as little as 5 to 7 days, but you need to remember that we all have different skin.
So why drink it now? Are the lotions not working? Look at this, y'all. It's actually kind of working. I don't know how long she's been taking it for, but look at that. That's crazy. And you guys know what's really in these bottles, right? You wonder why they're selling out? You wonder why 800 to 1 million melanated people go missing every single year? What are they really ingesting? Because the way this thing gives them that type of color, you cannot tell me it's not magic. And melanin is magic, y'all. I mean, look at that. The attitude and everything. Y'all see that? So what's next, y'all? What else are y'all gonna make? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace.
Putting my life in danger by doing it. I don't feel good about this. I feel guilty as hell. This is why I'm sharing it. But there's a 3-letter agency. The letters are I, A, and C. I'm sure you can do the math on that. And I'm sure you've heard the term G-stalked or getting followed. I get paid $10,000 a month by that organization to follow people. All I have to do is follow one person a day, make sure they see me, take a video, send it in. I have a tracking app on my phone. I can see at least 100 people a day, and I get to pick who I follow. All I have to do is make sure they see me and send in the video. That's it. Just doing some creepy shit. Share this, like this, send it to your homies. If you called someone crazy for getting G-stalked, sorry, dude. It's real.